Hi, good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on the CS Live. Today we have a star of our month, and with us we have Sam, the CEO of Damex. Hi, Sam.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing, my
Uh,
friend?
Thank you so much for being here. Actually, you are the star of the month, right? So do share with us more about your projects and like what's so interesting about your projects.
Yeah, cool, man. I'll give you an introduction if that's all right. My name's Sam Buxton. I'm the co-founder and CEO of this company, Damex. We set up in 2017, so we're not a startup. We've been around. We're a licensed and regulated institutional crypto trading company in Gibraltar. We've been offering regulated trading and custody for, we established in 2017. We have a team of 65 people here in Gibraltar. And about a year ago, we decided that we were going to roll out a new product, which was the Damex application, which is a smart finance app. And within our app ecosystem, we decided to launch our own utility token, the Damex token, which is what we're here to speak to you about today.
Right, lovely. Thank you so much. You mentioned that you started off in 2017, so from 2017 to now, and you launched the smart app application, the smart device, smart finance side of Damex itself. Do you mind sharing more about it? Like where right now are we in a very early stage, or where is it now?
Yeah, so we're an existing cryptocurrency company, and we offer institutional liquidity. So as a company, we're very technical and aware of the cryptocurrency industry and order books and exchanges and whatnot. So we've been around since 2017, building our institutional trading desk, which currently trades 150 million on average, sometimes more than that, sometimes less, on a monthly basis. And our Damex is a profitable company, has very good cash flow. It's been growing quarter on quarter for over 2 years. So this is an interesting opportunity because unlike a lot of token sales that are pure startups, we're not doing this to raise cash. We're quite okay for cash. We have a healthy balance sheet. This is really just launching something cool for our community, where we're launching our retail application, which is a new product line, and getting the utility token out there so people can stake the Damex utility token on the Damex app.
Oh, right. Thank you so much for sharing. I think our users might not know. So Damex will be actually having the IEO round today on the 19th of April and starting on the 1800 CET timing. So this is something that actually guys take note of the timing, start participating. Actually, so having said that, what about the roadmaps? Like the up and coming roadmaps or like the big milestones that you could actually share some insight with us, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course, man. I'm happy to discuss what our big plans and our vision is. I mean, today is a huge milestone for us. The energy in the office is amazing. We're buzzing. We have an event later. We had all the local media and the news in our office this morning giving us interviews. So it's a big milestone to launch a regulated digital asset, and especially to partner with Coinstore. For us, it's an honor. For any users in the European time zones listening, it's going to be launching at 5 p.m. like Spanish time, Central CEST, and the token is available at 15 cents. And the initial listing, which happens a couple of days later after a cool-off period on Coinstore, will be the listing price is 17 cents. So there's a small, there's a discount there for users willing to come into the IEO. And if you can get in, it doesn't sell out fast enough. So on what are we going to do after today? After we launch the token, well, we're completely focused on customer acquisition into the Damex token ecosystem. We want users to be downloading the app. I'll tell you guys more about the app too. I think it's important that you guys know what makes us different and why the app is different. But for us, it's all about a customer acquisition and rolling out new features within the application. And maybe this is a good point actually to tell you guys about the app. That's cool.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the Damex app it's a smart finance app. So it has fiat rails and cryptocurrency rails. But what makes it different to our competitors, which might be like Revolut or Coinbase. What makes us different is that we've built a move to earn gamification layer inside our finance app. So we're incentivizing users to be healthier and to walk more by giving them benefits and reduced rates on the services they engage in within the app. For example, the more you walk, the more cash back you get on the Damex Visa card, which has already been approved by Visa. The more you walk, you can walk your way all the way down to zero trading fees on the Damex application if you're staking Damex tokens. You can get more referrer friend bonuses, and as we roll out more services in the future, more features, there'll be more perks for those people that stake Damex tokens and who are healthy and are walking. So something that we want to roll out in the future. And, disclaimer, this isn't live on the app now, but it's something that we would like to roll out in the future with regulatory approvals and checking all the right boxes. We want to offer yield as a service on the app. But what makes this yield different is that it's a smart yield. It's an engaging yield in a way that the more you walk, the higher your yield gets. So it could, on a metric of per 100,000 steps in your month. So every 100,000 steps you do, you get 1% more yield on your coins that you have on the Damex app, which is super unique. We haven't seen anything like it on the market, and it's sort of like a walk to yield feature that is something that we would love to roll out into our application this year if we can satisfy all the red tape that needs to be satisfied.
Right. So indirectly, like our users right now can get to enter in the earlier pricing, get to hold Damex token, and get to earn Damex token while exercising. Right?
Yeah, you don't earn Damex token while exercising. That's very step-end model, which isn't too sustainable, to be honest. We didn't take that route. What we're doing is you stake Damex tokens, and all the features and services we offer on the app will become cheaper for you as you're walking. So it's a more sustainable move to earn model.
Right. So I get incentivized in every way possible and get healthy and fitter.
Yeah, man, and I'm testament to that. I started using the Damex app in December. I've lost 12 kilos, and I'm not saying I've lost 12 kilos because of the Damex app alone, but it has been really important for me in my day-to-day, because on the Damex app you have a leaderboard, and you can add your friends, and you can see how much your friends are walking, and it's been a little competition, and it's motivating, and that has really helped me. So I really feel like we're doing something really cool for the community.
Right. But don't mind sharing with us, how do you, like, you and your team or come up with something such amazing, or what's the brainchild behind this whole thing? Like, because it's really giving back to the world, giving back to people. Like, share with us your vision of how this Damex app will blow up the world in terms of the crypto space.
Yeah, really good question. So because we've been in an institutional crypto trading company for so many years now, the idea was to launch. We always used to get people write to us, hey, can we buy $100 worth of Bitcoin? Hey, can we buy $200 worth of Ethereum? And we're institutional, so that didn't really make sense to us. The minimum trade size we'll take is 50K as our institutional business. So we made a decision early on, hey, let's launch a product that when people ask us that, we can say, hey, just download the Damex app. So that's what initially incentivized us to roll out and build and roll out the Damex application. Then COVID-19 hit,
right,
and we were all sitting at home. People around the world were suffering mentally, physically. I don't have to go into the details. You all know what I'm talking about. It was tough times. And I was sitting there with my girlfriend watching Netflix, and I was like, you know what? What if we could, into the app that we're building, what if we could build some gamification that's going to help people to walk, to move? There's a lot of theory behind walking and how good it is for your mind as well as it is for you physically, and the research out there that's been done is incredible when you start looking at how beneficial walking is. So I was like, and I couldn't wait to get out of lockdown to go walking. So I was like, okay, let's start. So then I started with the planning, and I was like, okay, so maybe we could incentivize people for walking if they get, and that's how it all started. So COVID-19 really inspired the early foundations of what the Damex app is today. So yeah, it really has been. And then I read this book called Connect, which I actually have behind me here by John Brown, a book called Connect, which really inspired me as well, because there's such a big opportunity for companies to connect more with their communities. There's a massive gap right now, especially with financial institutions. So we were thinking of ways, what could make us different? How could we connect with our users? And that's when we built our Step gamification. Funny enough, after that, Move to Earn came about, and we started seeing like Step Earn and other NFT games, and we were like, oh man, like it's actually happened. Like, this is crazy. We never considered ourselves Move to Earn, and we still don't. But because that trend happened, we were like, hey, we're kind of Move to Earn. But then the trend came and the trend left because they didn't do this sustainably. They don't have sustainable business models, Ponzi-nomics, in other words. And by the way, I love those apps, and I had some NFT shoes myself. But we've taken a different approach to this.
Definitely, by tweaking and making more sustainable, instead like a Ponzi scheme, right? Unlike those kind of other projects, the Move to Earn projects. All right. So share with us more of the current marketing that Damex has done, and in the near future, what can we expect in terms of marketing and the push, and perhaps more of which region or which country specifically?
Yeah, so we're based in Southern Europe. We're based in Gibraltar. Our headquarters are here. So the first markets that we want to roll out in are Spain, the UK. So UK and Europe. We have some users in the UK and Europe already. And we really want to roll out in Gibraltar, which is a small country where we're from, which is where we're regulated. We want to roll out in Gibraltar this year. Caveat there is that we're working with the regulator, so we're seeking regulatory approval, and we feel like we're at the end of that process, but nothing's guaranteed there. And then later on in this year, we want to roll out in the USA and in Latin America, in Colombia, Mexico, Chile, and Peru, as well as the USA. And then next year, we have our eyes set on Asia and Canada. Those are our big markets for next year. So we're still evaluating which markets we prefer to start in the Asian markets, but we have some time to decide.
Wow, actually, you are actually almost everywhere in the world by next year. Safe to say.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, apart from the Australias and the Africas, we will have a pretty good audience at that point.
Yep, and definitely our Coinstore audiences will be with you guys too.
Amazing. Yeah, no, and I really look forward to embarking on this journey with the Coinstore tribe, man. We chose you guys for a reason. We really, we met a lot of you guys at conferences, and we know some of the senior management, and we really have a lot of confidence in what you guys are doing as a company.
Thank you so much. Definitely, we will grow together as a team. So, okay. Last but not least, could I? This is just more of my own personal questions to you as a CEO and Damex and as a friend. Do you have any like inside good news or breaking news for us to actually note? Yes, it will be like we will be in the first phase of the IEO. If I can't really explicitly say it, but you know what? Let's just be direct. Pricing, where do you see it going?
Yeah, I mean that's always tough, right? So the IEO's at 15 cents.
Right.
We're listing with you guys at 17 cents. And then it's for the market to determine our price. The token it's a high risk investment. You know what I mean? Like, it's a cryptocurrency at the end of the day. I would say that we are a much lower risk compared to 95% of what's out there right now, because we have true substance and as an existing and successful cryptocurrency company. That's the bottom line. Like, I have a team of 65 that are building this every single day. So we already have a better chance of being quite a successful project. Let me rephrase that. We already are a successful project. We're just introducing a token. So I'm confident in that we will continue to build our Damex token ecosystem, continue to bring in users, continue to roll out utility and increased utility over time. We already have, you can imagine my product team already have a whole array of different features that we're going to be rolling in over time. It's all about sequencing and marketing and timing at the end of the day. We also have the potential change in market sentiment and a potential bull run coming in the next year, 2 or 3, who knows. So as far as token price is concerned, it could go to 0, or it could go to $1,000. Like that's the reality of cryptocurrency. It won't go to zero because when it gets to 1 cent, I'm going to buy them all. So it's not going to go to zero. I can tell you that much. But I'm allowed to, I'm allowed to express what our goals are. I mean, my goal as the founder of this company, I want to get Damex token to $100 in the next 3 years and $1,000 in the next 5 years by continue to invest in the ecosystem, in marketing and utility and liquidity and exchange listings. So whether we achieve our goals or not, that's another thing completely. But I'm allowed to tell you what my goals are for the token. Whether we do that or not, at the end of the day, that's just like investing in any startup. A lot of startups fail, some are successful. Hopefully we can make it happen, but the reality is that it might not. So that's the risk you take as an investor in our tokens. But I'm happy to be transparent about what my goals are. But I'm also happy to tell you that disclaimer, we might not hit those goals.
But I think ultimately it's more of the captain of the ship that actually that steers the ship. Like in you, I'm sold, right? I'm like, because of the utility, because of the legacy that you guys created, that you guys have, and because of the vision that you personally have. So I think those are the key main points that for myself is crucial to actually be a first mover advantage, first mover investors in terms of in participating in the IEO and stuff. That's really more of my own question. Now, for the community questions, we do have some community questions that we receive on Twitter that they will really want to ask you. So, for example, the very first question: are there any blockchain application and protocols that will be working with Damex?
There is. We have signed a huge partnership with Veracity. Veracity is a token that's already liquid on multiple exchanges. They have a tribe. The Veracity tribe are serious guys. We're talking about over 300,000 people that have downloaded the Veracity app. And we have partnered with them to launch the Veracard, the Veracity card. So users will be able to deposit Veracity on the Damex app, exchange to fiat currencies, order the Veracard, which is approved by Visa, and then spend the proceeds in stores all around the world. So this is a huge partnership for us because Veracity are serious players. Yep. Them wanting to partner with us is a huge compliment, and we've known of each other, and we've had a working relationship for a couple of years. So we're hoping that a partnership like this that has kind of been announced publicly by them, but we're not going to announce this for another week or two. We want to keep something in our back pocket for the marketing. But we hope that this partnership really gives us some serious credibility if we don't already have it in our sector.
Understood. Thank you so much. Veracity is a big partnership.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving along, the next question is: Damex Visa cards available worldwide, or is there limited to a few geographical zones? Sorry. Is it?
Yeah. Yes. So at the moment, the cards will only be available in the initial markets that we're going to be live in, so which are Europe and UK. When we roll out in new jurisdictions, Gibraltar eventually, the United States towards the end of the year, and Latin America, the cards will be rolled out in those jurisdictions. And we are hoping, and no guarantees on this, but we are hoping that by sometime in Q4 this year or Q1 next year, we will have global issuance on cards. We're working towards that. Dollar cards, dollar-denominated cards globally.
Dollar cards. Understood. So is it still together with Visa, or will you actually be looking for some other parties?
Yes, it will be. It will be Visa.
Okay, understood. Okay, so the next question that one of our Twitter users actually asked us: any plans for Damex to expand in other areas of fitness industry beyond just incentivizing walking?
Absolutely, man. I mean, the beautiful thing about this is, so our view is that connecting finance and health is quite obvious. I mean, like, why hasn't anybody done that before? There is some examples of, like, there's an insurance company that connected insurance packages and health before. There's been a few attempts, but there's nobody that's come out and done this at scale within a finance application. The reason that hasn't been done, our theory, is because smartphone technology has not been reliable enough until recently. So now smart applications and smartphones are at the point, like my watch, for example, counting my steps and my heart rate and my pulse and my spend. Technology is only at the point now where you can start to build sustainable business models that interact, that the cross sector into a single interface, like we do. That's what we do. We cross sector. So as smart applications and technology continue to advance in the next couple of years, we will absolutely be rolling out different types of exercise. We're looking into that already. I mean, swimming, cycling, climbing, all that is something we're looking into. It's just building it in a way that is sustainable. That's all we're focused on, really. So we are looking into that indeed.
Wow. So there's a lot more to look forward to. Just beside walking, there's other exercises or like sports that you can actually look into. Okay, so one of our users actually has this I think very curious about your security features to protect user account and fund. So more of the custodian side, like.
Yeah, cool. Great question. I mean, that's relevant. There's been some horror stories in the last year. So
Yeah.
I mentioned we've been licensed and regulated since day one. When we set up, we went for our license before we had a single user. We went for the regulatory framework and the hurdles of becoming a regulated cryptocurrency company, and we have been since day one. And that regulation means a couple of things. First of all, the regulatory body in the regulatory framework and the local regulators in Gibraltar are world leading. Like, these guys rolled out a regulatory framework for the blockchain industry in 2017-18. Like, very few countries in the world had even thought about it, and they're 20 years ahead of a lot of countries. So they are on top of us. We have bi-weekly calls, if not monthly calls, with the regulators. We take pride in doing things properly, and they effectively monitor our regulatory capital positions, our access to cash, our cash availability, our structure, our custody, how we manage our private keys, customer data. So this is something that we have been doing for a long time now, and I want everybody to feel comfort around that. But to go into some more specifics, we are a regulated custodial provider in Gibraltar, which means that we manage our own private keys for our customers. And we do that around a policy and framework that is approved by the regulators in Gibraltar. The software layer that we use above our internal private key management, the software layer that we use is Fireblocks technology for custody. Google Fireblocks. Fireblocks is leading globally right now in custodial solutions. They're based out of Israel, who as a country are extremely well known for their cybersecurity and security periods. So that's why we chose these guys. These guys are industry leaders in custody. So we use Fireblocks. Our retail application is built on top of the Fireblocks ecosystem software and architecture. And then on the fiat side, so for euros, pounds, and what is going to be dollars, we choose regulated partners there too. So as you guys know, so for the card, we're partnered with Visa, which is obviously regulated globally, huge company. And then for the euro and sterling wallets that we have available now, this is provided by a company called Modular Finance, which is licensed and regulated in Europe and by the FCA in the UK. And these guys are a really credible company. The reason we chose them is because they were the company that provided, at the time, 3 million IBANs to Revolut, which was like the fastest growing neobanking application in the world at one point. So we've gone ahead and we've partnered with the industry leading software partners and to add to our tech stack. And all this is what is reviewed and monitored by different regulatory bodies around the world wherever we roll out, right? So that's what makes us different to other crypto companies that launched no regulation, scale, quick, make a lot of money, and now they're going and they've got the money and now they're going for the licenses and application. That's fine, but if you grow too quick, there's cracks in your business. And we've seen that this year. So that doesn't interest us.
Understood. Thank you so much. So it's like check and balances. You guys got the license first, then you start growing out your business. Lovely. I think more and more like we are not seeing a lot of companies actually applying this mindset that actually going for licenses and stuff. Okay. The last question that we actually just got in here is a bit personal, but what do you do day in day out for Damex?
What do I do?
Yeah, what the user was asking. So what does the
I
CEO
said,
do?
I'm basically retired, man. If this token sale goes well, I'm going to be in the Bahamas sipping on my margarita. No, dude, of course not. What do I do? Yeah, a little bit of everything, man. So I'm responsible for storytelling, vision, strategically guiding us on where we need to get to, storytelling and making sure that the people around me believe in the vision, making sure that investors believe in the vision, making sure that you guys believe in the vision, and yeah, getting my hands dirty when need be. But you know, I was one of the co-founders. There was two people full-time, one person part-time when we first started in 2017. We've grown it up to 65 people, carefully identifying some of the best professionals, in our opinion, in the industry, bringing people in from crypto.com and bringing people in from JP Morgan, bringing people in from Zappo Bank, which is another cryptocurrency bank in the industry. Have a look at our senior team, you know, so that's something else I'm responsible for. It's bringing in talent and making sure that we all stay on the same page and promoting and building a good culture. It's not easy, but you know, we've been doing it and we'll continue to do so.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to our community those that send questions over to us, Sam, about it. Thank you, Sam, for answering our community questions. Anyway, you know, we still have like some four more minutes left for our live stream. Like, give a final shout out to like final boost to Damex itself in terms of the upcoming IEO, and it will run for 4 days, right? Yeah. Do you want to give a rough, brief explanation about why Coinstore and the IEO? I think you mentioned it over and over again. Just like I was just want the user to actually fully know, like this is not to be missed.
Yeah, man. Look, if you don't get in because the IEO sells out too fast, the token's going to be listed a few days later on Coinstore and on a couple of other exchanges over time. There'll be other listings, so you'll be able to get in eventually anyway. But this is a good opportunity because there's a discount, makes you an early backer, and yeah, it's certainly. To be honest, to be completely transparent, whether today is successful or not in the token launch, we're raising $50,000. Like, you guys got to get in. It's not. We're not doing this because we're going to make $50,000. We've spent a lot more than that on the marketing and on our time. For us, we're doing this for our community. We're doing this for you guys to have a piece of the action and to join our journey. And we want to create a tribe. We want to create our Damexian tribe. So this is not a money earner for us. We hope it's a money earner for you, but obviously there's no guarantees, and this is not financial advice.
Understood. So yeah, I mean, like, really get onto the hype, get on the train, join the tribe, you know, believe in the movement, and looking forward for the IEO with you guys, right? So let me just drop some information. So the IEO will start on today, 19 April, 1800 CET timing. The hard cap is only 50,000, right? And the IEO will run for 4 days, or 50,000 hard cap being met, whichever is earlier. So I really believe it will actually be sniped up really fast. Like, I will participate in it also. Like, I will cam on my phone to log on to, hey, when it strikes 1800 CT, I will be there pressing participate. Anyway, thank you so much for your time, Sam. Thank you for sharing so much insight and letting us know more about Damex. I really appreciate it. And hey, you are the star of the month in Coinstore.
Hey, thanks, man, I really appreciate your time and look forward to working with you guys.
Right. Thank you so much.